Hello everyone, Janna is here with a bit of overview for the gold, what is going on, the trading, the trades, and what happened yesterday. Okay guys, so just wanted to give you a little bit of explanation, and obviously the warnings I'm always telling you in my videos about, and when I'm sending to Telegram about the using the smallest lot sizes, and of course the news trading when the news release is happening, and of course the August trading in August in summertime. But anyway, so as usual guys, so you can see the one side is on the left is where I place manual orders, and on the right is an automatic system. So as you can see guys, I have on both of them two trades still running, and they are in recovery. Okay, so I have quite big lots. You see how from the 30 not 0.3 the lot size gone to 770, and on the automatic one it looks like it had more attempts compared to the other one, as it shows you how many, and the lot size gone to 943. So at this moment I switched off the automatic system, so it's not looking for the new possible entry points, but it's still running this trade to recover in this trade. Okay, so what happened, so basically today the main news, that's what I was talking about yesterday, that the volume was not enough in the market, and I was expecting here where I placed the order, so like the automatic was trading on its own, but where I placed the orders there yesterday, showing you this is the area we had, right? So the orders were around something. I'm just going to show you with, I'm not going to place the with the EA because it's running, so I'm going to show you that one order was the level, right, was here, another somewhere around here, and another one was here at the bottom. So there were two levels, right, as usual, and pending orders, pending order buy, pending order sell, 244 points above, 244 points below. So usual situation where I was sending that signal into the Telegram channel with the smaller lot size. As I'm saying, for this account the lot size is a little bit too big, because I'm always saying use the minimum lot size, like I'm suggesting per at least 0.02 per $10,000. Yeah, that's why I suggest also to use the better cent accounts. Okay, because yes, when the recovery triggers, if there was a bad trade, then they can end up very big lot sizes. I'm always warning about it, and that's why I prefer not to even trade during the summertime also, because exactly the situation like this can happen when it's not much volume on the market. And also always count on how many trades you have. Okay, for example, I had two trades in here, so you see one of these and one in here, and I thought it was okay to leave it as it is, but even further 0.3 I probably would never use it in reality. Okay, so I would use still a smaller lot size, and especially with the news, a possible news happening. So I was warning also, remember about fake outs, the possible fake outs, and that's what so what happened. Okay, so just wanted to explain to you what happened and how to avoid a possible situation like this. Is that when the market, you see, basically the calculation was kind of right with the normal movement of the market. You see that first pin here, that's where it caught that bad trade. I mean, I just increased. Nah, it's not going to, it's not moving. Just a second here to show you, to give you more details, tips guys on those trading and how to avoid these things. So basically that's the problem. You see that candle, see? So if it would have been normal situation, we would have enough, right? So it was like 80 pips, really nice move. So I'm just showing you right like this, the length of the candle, 80 pips. So basically enough to get in 244 and go up to make us at least my 180 points. That's what is the first aim of those false breakouts. But what happened during the news, that's what I've always been warning about, is that it can sleep, right? The price can sleep. Could be a gap when there will be no price, no tick or anything. And basically that's what happened. The price slipped in here. You might notice on some brokers it would have been a gap. That means the price jumped, and the first tick was I think I wasn't there watching it. I went afterwards when I already saw it was a little bit late to do anything. But I'm going to explain to you what could have been done. The problem is it's jumping around. The entry point was like 60 pips above the level, so not 244. So we were supposed to get in here and come out somewhere on not that length, but the price jumped around like 60 or 70, and because it was you see it's a pin, so it slipped and it couldn't get out from the trade with the profit, right? And what else happened? The stop loss is 900 points, but because it was the entry point was somewhere around here, that means the stop loss was inside the channel. Okay guys, it was inside the channel, and you see what happened. Of course the market had a pullback, so it's dropped down inside the channel. It didn't came out. Okay, so it did not want to make a false breakout, come back and continue the way down. Instead it jumped in, stopped at the inside the channel anyway, plus minus it could have been. Don't know what the spread was at this moment, but anyway it jumped in, it hit the stop loss, then as you see jumped back up really sharply, then it hit another stop loss, and then it hit another one. So you see it's 12 attempts. It doesn't mean it hit all the time the stop losses 12 times, because at some point it closed out the profits during the recovery. So, and then it adds a new trade again, and it's counted again. So a few stops were hit. Okay, and that's the problem. When with the news events, that's what I'm saying. With the news events, use the lowest possible lot size. Okay, like I'm saying, it's up to you. The risks you take by yourself, you calculate all the risks, but I'm telling you and showing you what can happen, and you can see what can happen. So the point is, when the stop loss inside the channel, it was possibility of moving the stop loss underneath the channel line. Okay, so that's the point why I'm always looking at those areas and calculating the points of the stop loss and how wide the channel is. So that's why it's always when people asking me where the stop loss should be, the stop loss in good should be in the opposite order, where the opposite buy stop or sell stop. So it's 244 above, 244 below of the channel. This is where the stop loss should be of the opposite order. Okay, because yes, to avoid the situation when the market comes out, come back inside the channel and decide not to go further down. To avoid these situations, because yes, I have seen this before many times. That's why I always looking at the channel and saying, okay, the channel is a little bit too wide. That's why, for example, I don't want to place the order, so it's risky to place it, or should reduce the lot size. So that's how you should think when you see something like this. But of course, the wider channel, I should change really the stop loss. Okay, so instead of like putting 900 points, but obviously it was expectation that it would have been nice and smooth movement. Okay, so not the jump of those wherever getting me into 600 points. Maybe it was 700, but it was like really high. When I saw it afterwards, is I had those little arrows which showing you like on this screen. I'm removing them from here so it wouldn't be as messy as here, as you can see. But those arrows actually showing you where the entry points were. So basically, yes, it was too high. So basically the stop loss was inside. If it wouldn't be the spin, they're making it all on purpose, jumping down, up, so they can hit more stop losses, and collect more profits for themselves, like, those guys who are doing it. Well, the other players, right, the bigger ones. And if it would have been below like it's supposed to, then there will be no stop loss hit, and it would have been a profit. It would have been a profitable trade. Okay, so that would have been in the normal circumstances, but that's what you can expect from the news. And I'm really glad that you could see it in the previous stream. And now you can see what is going to happen. So basically, again, guys, you see here, I missed out the opportunity to actually get out from the trade with a profit. Again, look at the spin, and that's what I'm always, well, with my streams, trying to give you more tips and explanations. That's what happened. You see, the market was moving. The EA closed out some profits during the recovery, then reopened a new trade because you only had probably few pips to cover the possible, probably it was not covering the loss. It's only 286 points it was, so it probably was already in profit and only wanted to make us another little profit. So basically, you see, that's what I'm saying, you really need to keep an eye on it. And I wasn't there again to see if I could just close manually one, and looks like the other one is exactly the same. This is exactly the same what happened, only like few pips, and I could have just get out from those two trades with nice profits. Okay, at this moment, as you can see, the price is going back. It can, in few trades, and actually can blow the account. That's the reality. And you know, guys, I'm always like honest with you and clear out, showing you what happens, what can happen, and how to avoid this situation. So basically, if I would have been watching it, I wouldn't be in the situation. On the other hand, if I would have used the smaller lot size as I'm suggesting, possibly I wouldn't be also in that situation. So if I would have used the smaller lot size, it probably would have been only about one lot in here and 70 something pips, 0.70 floating in here. Instead, it's bigger lots because I used the bigger lots originally placing in here. Okay, so and you see more attempts on the automatic one because it's not controlled and it's not using the same strategies I'm using, where again I'm explaining is that when looking for those patterns or looking for those channels, that's why that's where the stops should be, right? So that these areas, stop above and stop below, and entry points in where the orders are. Okay, so yeah, so that all could have been avoided basically, but that's the reality. When you're not watching it, that's what can happen. And especially, like I'm saying, because right now it's the summer, it's not much of the volume going on, and the situations, that's what I'm always scared of, okay, when it's happening. So that's why I'm saying, if something like this, when I do trade, I do actually check out the screen all the time, or like staying and watching it when I know like the news events is going to be happening, right? And or I knew that the news, like the big news, the influential news should be today, which I was again telling about yesterday, that it's going to be today. And that's why, for example, it would have been less volatility, not volatility, but less volume yesterday, right? So yeah, let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to leave this running, not going to do any commentary at this moment. Okay, so if it's going to blow, it's going to blow. What else can I do? Nothing. I mean, okay, I could have, when it was still a little bit up, I could have just closed out. It was still nice profit in here. Equity was nice. But, well, I decided to leave it as it is, so you can see the all the risks, right? And of the trading, okay? It doesn't matter really whatever strategy you use. There is always a risk. And with this one, I'm explaining you all the time what the risks are. And now you actually can see what the risks are, not just me explaining it to you all the time when I'm sending you the screenshots in Telegram. Oops, I didn't really want to do that. Okay, see, I put it now myself back to 185. What I wanted to do is to draw this, because here is, if you are not in a trade, right, if you don't have any recoveries, some of you might already come out from this, because you see with different brokers, even with the same broker, different accounts will perform different way. That's why it depends. You could have come out if you took that trade and you had exactly the same situation, you probably already got out. Here with this, well, like I'm saying, I don't know what you had with your account, if it's had enough here pin, did it sleep or not, but basically see we have a bit of that triangle looking like. At this moment it does look like it decided to came out from it a little bit earlier before the news, but the possible next entry point I probably would be looking in here. Well, hopefully it's not going to go hit the stop loss, but what can happen again, yeah, it might go back, hit it, and go down again and stop here and then go back and hit another stop, and that's how the account will be blown. Well, we have not that long. I think it's like another 2 hours before the news, so hopefully it just stays in this area. Okay, I can remove this one. Well, I can show you again. So for example, if the market would stays in here, I probably will still see before the news event, and I'll send in Telegram channel where the possible entry points could be, but like I'm saying again, only if you don't have any other trades running. And once again, so that way would be, wait, can't see, it's not, didn't move in here, right? So that's the area to watch out. So quite possible the market will stay in here, but I mean 2 hours could started to move away, but that's the area to look at for now. So if it stays here, you see here was another area, nice area before that move happened, because you see it's inside the triangle. When I sent to Telegram, I think I showed I sent it as a pattern, yeah, hopefully it's just broke, now stays above, and hopefully it will continue the way up. At this moment, this is what it looks like I was telling in my previous video, technical overview through the weekend, where I was saying about this geopolitical situation, and gold is looking more towards escalation, right? The gold looking more towards keep going up, right? Instead of going for correction. So we can see that it moved from that channel, right? The last time, that's what I was telling you, that someone was telling me, oh, you probably should sell, but I said, well, in my technical overview, I said, yeah, we need another leg here for possible going inside this channel, and we have like nice double top and lots of pins in here. But what I told you is, because of this geopolitical situation, the more likely scenario would be it will go up. And it could have just, go up, take all of those, because here people who are trading as a swing traders, they would expect a bit of correction and then continuation inside the channel or breakout or something. But you see the market broke. Here was another possible nice entry point and continued even further. And now reached 24.77, roughly 24.78. And now you see it started to create this nice pattern, which should also bring a good move. Okay, so it should also have a good move. We have two tops, we have two bottoms, and the third usually is a breakout. But of course, with the news, again, it's very risky right now with all of this situation with this account. It might not continue the way up, as I'm saying. It might have a drop down, and then who knows, balance again before it will decide to choose the direction, because at this moment there is still waiting for geopolitical news. There is nothing there at this moment. It's just a very unpredictable what's going to be happening. Gaza, right, and Iran and Israel, that situation. There was also escalation in Russia and Ukraine, but it looks like the more attention for Iran and Israel. So if Iran is going to have a respond, right? So I haven't checked the news because, guys, I'm not really trading at this moment, just showing you all the tips, how I would do it, how I would trade it, where I'm testing the automatic part also. You see, if it wouldn't be the automatic one running, it would be just one trade, would have been not too bad, but it's two of them, quite big. It's a lot of risk at this moment, yeah. So we will see how it's going to cope with this, yeah, at this moment. And also remember, I was showing you, we also see stuck in this area is the breakout area of this bigger pattern, yeah, the bigger triangle, which I was telling you about. Also two tops we had, and kind of like one and another bottom, two bottoms. I know a lot of levels, but it's all showing quite nicely. I will explain it in my weekend technical overview, where I was telling you about this area, that this is the third top, where it could be a breakout point, or at the same time it might turn around and go back inside. So that's why we have here a stop for the market. The market stopped in this area basically because it's one of the important areas, and it's just because there is nothing at this moment from the Middle East. They are waiting now for a possible move from American news. But in this situation, I would probably expect if the news are good for dollar, it might have the gold might drop, but would still then afterwards continue the way up because it does have a strong up movement at this moment. But of course, they might have the situation taking it as an advantage to push it further down. Who knows, right? Inside the possible still that pattern, and then it could be any of those levels. Like I'm saying, it's really hard to say. Remember also, I've been telling you about the Fibonacci levels you can use. Like I'm saying, I'm not really using them because I know already where roughly they are. So the first one we have 23, then we have 38 and 50. I have all of these kind of levels, plus minus, and before 2400, right? So 61 is slightly above 2400. It's also plus minus because we have here pin, but the market might look at a possible, not the pin, but this proper bottom area. So basically it's all plus minus, but we know that it's all before 2400, right, in that area. So it could be stopping point at this moment. You see, if we look like this, it stopped at 23 and 6. That pin touched it here. So yeah, so the news could be quite messy and messing up with my account here at this moment. But I missed, you see, the one opportunity was just to move the stop where it should be. Okay, it happened. I mean, I know it would, of course, increase. It would have increased the stop loss. Instead of 900, it would have been probably 180 because its weight was, the jump in that news was way too far. But still, that's why if you would use the smaller, if I would have a smaller lot size here, it wouldn't be a problem as much. Even with this one, it would have still closed out with profit. And another moment I missed out is closing out here. I don't know what was happening here because I was not at the screen. But when I got to the screen, that was already too late when this happened. That was already too late to get out from it. So that's, you see how the little, not, I wouldn't say mistakes, but when you are not really watching it, that's how like two little things could turn, they're not little really in Forex if you're looking at it. It's very important, right? Like I'm saying, like you say like 5 minutes are not going to break a deal or something. I don't know how would you say it, or we say it in make a weather. 5 minutes will not make a weather. Well, in Forex, few seconds make a big difference. So I'm saying whoever come out with this idea never traded. So yeah, we will see how it's going to go, but I'm all open, guys, for you, so you can see for yourself if all the possibilities of how was possible to avoid it, how it was possible to make it better, and if not, what the worst you can expect. Okay, so yeah, for now, guys, I'm going to switch off the sound because there is no point of sitting and waiting right now and do anything. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and yep, and that's it. And then I'll see if I will be able to do any commentary later, and that's it for now. Yeah, okay, so bye for now, guys. Bye.